And now you're scared of yourself. You're afraid you'll fall in love with me.
That wouldn't be hard.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the 100 most underappreciated films that you've yet to see.
Time is inverted. I start at the end of the story and go toward the beginning.
Number 100, First Reformed. First Reformed is a low-key drama starring Ethan Hawke as a troubled pastor of a small church in upstate New York. Both he and the viewer are forced to meet at the intersection of faith, morality, and environmentalism.
Courage is the solution to despair. Reason provides no answers.
Number 99, Forbidden Planet. Forbidden Planet, while certainly a product of the 1950s, was a trailblazer in science fiction, the first that ever depicted humans traveling to a distant star. Decades worth of sci-fi films borrowed elements from the movie, which used groundbreaking special effects.
That's Altera.
Simply a three-dimensional image, Commander.
But it's alive.
Because my daughter is alive in my brain from microsecond to microsecond.
Number 98, Naked Lunch. Director David Cronenberg is known for his terrifying and surrealistic films. Naked Lunch is no exception. The film chronicles the experiences of a writer who becomes embroiled in a hallucinatory, nightmarish world of drug use, conspiracy, and monstrous typewriters.
That is a great sentence. These are words to live by, Bill.
Number 97, The Wailing. Not every director is capable of the discipline required for a slow-burn buildup of tension and terror. Na Hong-jin succeeds in this horrifying thriller about a series of mysterious deaths in a small village that seem to be linked to the arrival of a mysterious stranger. Number 96, In a Lonely Place. In a Lonely Place features one of Humphrey Bogart's best ever performances, starring a troubled screenwriter who becomes a prime suspect in a murder case. It's a classic noir, filled with high contrast visuals and a fascinating plot full of shocking twists and turns.
Go ahead, brub. Squeeze harder. You love her, and she's deceived you. You hate her patronizing attitude. She looks down on you. She's impressed with celebrities. She wants to get rid of you. You squeeze harder.
Number 95, Free Fire. What it lacks in plot, Free Fire makes up for with non-stop action. An action comedy about an arms deal gone wrong. Free Fire is essentially a feature-length shootout, which can be a lot of fun when executed properly.
You gonna go pat them mountains, buddy?
Number 94, Bottoms. Bottoms is a zany, satirical, and queer teen comedy about a group of high school seniors who think that setting up a fight club is the best way to hook up with other girls. It is an absolute roller coaster stuffed to the gills with hilarious hijinks and insane plans gone horribly awry.
You know what? I'm good, because it's not gonna happen for me. If it's not happening here, then it's definitely not happening at Emerson, okay? I'm done trying to sow my damn oats.
Number 93, Queen and Slim. Released a year before the tragic killing of George Floyd, Queen and Slim expertly tackled the fear and resentment of police abuse in the African-American community. This modern-day Bonnie and Clyde is a romantic drama about a black couple whose first date takes an unexpected turn thanks to a racist cop.
Can I be your legacy?
You already are.
Hold your fire!
Number 92, George Washington. Coming-of-age stories always pluck at the heartstrings. The perspective of a child can allow for poetic storytelling as children must contend with a loss of innocence. George Washington, directed by David Gordon Green, is just such a film about the lives of a group of children in a small southern town.
I've seen into your skin and seen the words, the things you done, the chances you missed, the loss of all things.
Number 91, A Boy and His Dog. A decade before Miami Vice, Don Johnson starred in A Boy and His Dog as a young man trying to survive in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Most of the tropes of modern post-apocalyptic stories owe this movie a great deal, and this OG wasteland film does not disappoint.
I detect no living female person within my range, sir. I have sniffed and I have cast and I have a negative reading. However, I'd be delighted to tell you a suggestive story if you think that would help. Pass.
fuzzy butt.
Number 90, Predestination. Predestination is one of several time travel films on this list, but the only one to star Ethan Hawke and Succession star Sarah Snook. It's a thought-provoking film that uses time travel as a means to explore the nature of gender identity.
You're disappointed in me, right? I remember that. I do. But when the dust settles, I think you'll see that we did the right thing.
I will never become you.
Number 89, The Toxic Avenger. The Toxic Avenger is a cult classic horror comedy film that has maintained a devoted fan base for 40 years, and it's no wonder.
And you can tell all your scum friends that things are gonna change in this town. I'm not just another pretty face.
This is a campy delight. It tells the story of a mild-mannered janitor who transforms into a mutated vigilante after falling into a vat of toxic waste. Need we say more? Number 88, Phantom of the Paradise. Before films like Carrie, Scarface, and The Untouchables, Brian De Palma directed a completely insane rock opera satire.
Life of Leia, sit and listen while the fun begins.
Phantom of the Paradise combines elements of Phantom and Faust to roast the music industry in this hilarious horror. Number 87, The Orphanage. The Orphanage is a Spanish horror movie centered on a woman who returns to the orphanage where she was raised, only to experience terrifying supernatural horror. Few films can match its naturally frightening atmosphere while maintaining a shocking emotional depth to the story. Number 86, Brotherhood of the Wolf. Vincent Cassel and Marc Dacascos, the chairman from Iron Chef, star as a pair of adventurers investigating a series of mysterious killings in 18th century France. It's a werewolf movie that goes back to the origins of the myths, based on the historical legend of the Beast of Gévaudan. Number 85, The Omega Man. Years after the original Vincent Price film and decades before the Will Smith remake I Am Legend, Charlton Heston stars as a seemingly lone survivor after a viral apocalypse. The Omega Man is a gripping depiction of isolation and a harrowing tale of survival in a desolate world.
There is no phone ringing, damn it!
There is no phone.
Number 84, The Score. Both Robert De Niro and Marlon Brando won Oscars for portraying Vito Corleone, and they both starred in the heist classic The Score alongside Edward Norton. Full of the twists, turns, and betrayals of the genre, The Score should be a central part of any heist movie marathon.
I'm gonna say something to you. You're smart, you're talented, you know a few things, but talent means nothing in this game if you don't make the right choices. There's plenty of talented people out there who never see the light of day anymore.
Number 83, Waves. Waves follows a black family in the suburbs as they navigate the aftermath of a horrible tragedy. This emotionally powerful story is told through phenomenal cinematography and hard-hitting performances by Kelvin Harrison Jr. and Sterling K. Brown.
Now, we talked about this, bruh. If you can't keep it going, you can forget about hanging out with your friends or running around with that little girl of yours. Quit shaking your head at me, boy.
Number 82, Marvin's Room. Did you know there's a film out there starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Meryl Streep, Diane Keaton, and Robert De Niro, all of whom deliver powerhouse performances? Marvin's Room is a drama about two estranged sisters who reunite when one is diagnosed with leukemia and needs a bone marrow transplant from the other.
You could have the whole house. You could have the sunshine. You could find work down here. Lee? No. Why not? Just no. Well, then give me one good reason. Because I don't want to!
Number 81, Millions. Millions is arguably the most heartwarming film from Trainspotting director Danny Boyle. When a young boy discovers a bag full of stolen money about to be taken out of circulation, he searches for a way to use it to help others.
Is it still alright if it's robbed? Can you still do good with it? Or should you give it back? I thought it was a miracle, but it's just robbed.
Number 80, Imagine Me and You. One of the best romantic comedies of the 21st century, Imagine Me and You is a queer film starring Lena Headey years before her turn as Cersei Lannister. After handling the floral arrangements for a London wedding, she starts to get especially close to the bride.
Now we are talking,
Number 79, American Honey. American Honey is essentially the millennial Almost Famous, a coming-of-age road movie following a teenage girl who joins a traveling magazine sales crew. It's an immersive movie and a delightful road trip tale about freedom, camaraderie, and youthful rebellion.
I like that you do.
I'll do it again sometime then.
Number 78, Hiroshima Mon Amour. Hiroshima Mon Amour is one of the best films to come out of the French New Wave, a powerful meditation on memory, trauma, and healing after World War II. The movie's beautiful, haunting cinematography makes it a seminal work in cinematic history.
C'est là, il me semble l'avoir compris, que tu as dû commencer à être comme aujourd'hui tu es encore.
Number 77, Backbeat. For any fans of the Beatles, Backbeat, a musical drama that features the band's early days, is a must-see. It is a bittersweet look into friendship and the price of fame.
My name's Lennon, John Winston Lennon. I was named after Churchill, John Churchill, the West Fishman. My parents were thinking of calling me after my father, but Dad's such a stupid name, don't you think?
Number 76, Hidalgo. In his first role after The Lord of the Rings, Viggo Mortensen starred as cowboy and professional racer Frank T. Hopkins, invited to race across the Arabian desert. Adventure films are a rarer commodity these days, and Hidalgo is just a feel-good popcorn movie.
You and your horse have made enough trouble for me.
Number 75, The Pope of Greenwich Village. Mickey Rourke and Eric Roberts are two New York City cousins who devise a risky and ill-fated plan to steal money from a local mobster. They bring authenticity and pathos to the roles, creating an undervalued gem of 1980s cinema.
Charlie, what can I do for you? I didn't do nothing,
What
man.
can I do for you?
It was my life, man. I didn't want to give the poor bastard up, but it was my life, Charlie.
Number 74, Coherence. A comet is the catalyst for a series of strange occurrences experienced by a group of adult friends in this mind-bending modern sci-fi. It's a clever, low-budget film, using limited resources to create tension and suspense.
Quantum decoherence ensures that the different outcomes have no interaction with one another.
So that one note has been written at least 4 times.
Well, how many Hugh and Amirs are walking around out there?
Number 73, Time Crimes. Time Crimes is a Spanish sci-fi thriller about a man who accidentally travels back in time an hour, stumbling into a living nightmare. It's both clever and suspenseful, providing a take on time travel that is both refreshing and horrific.
Tranquilízate. Tengo que bajar a la mansión antes que vosotros. Asegúrate de que no me vea, ¿de acuerdo? Tengo que acabar con él, ¿entiendes? Tranquilízate.
Number 72, In the Mouth of Madness. In the Mouth of Madness is a Lovecraftian dystopian nightmare from the mind of horror maestro John Carpenter. Sam Neill plays an insurance investigator who delves into horrific madness while investigating the disappearance of a popular horror author.
This is not the ending. You haven't read it yet.
Number 71, The Handmaiden. LGBTQIA+ films are becoming more commonplace in global cinema, leading to innovative and unique stories like that told in The Handmaiden. Park Chan-wook directs the sensational erotic thriller about betrayal, desire, and manipulation.
아가씨는 하녀의 인형이구나. 이 많은 단추들은 다 나 좋으라고 달렸지. 단추 풀고 끈을 당기면 그러면 그 안에도 달콤한 거.
Number 70, Frailty. In Frailty, Bill Paxton believes he is on a mission from God to kill demons disguised as people. Matthew McConaughey plays the son who takes up his legacy in a film ending in a genuinely shocking twist.
Everything okay, Adam?
Everything's just fine, Becky. God's will has been served.
Number 69, Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. Campy, satirical musicals may not be for everyone, but most people will enjoy Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. Its blend of dark humor and social commentary follows an all-female rock band's rise to fame and subsequent plunge into the hedonistic excesses of Hollywood.
A toast, my friends, to our health and cheer and happiness. Otto, let the ritual begin.
Number 68, The Rider. While most westerns are stories of man against man or man against nature, Chloe Zhao's The Rider is an incredible man against self story. After suffering a near-fatal head injury, a young cowboy must redefine his life when he can no longer ride horses.
God, I just ask you to take care of Gus on his travels, Lord. Just be with him all the time and protect him. Keep him safe, God.
Number 67, Bamboozled. Spike Lee's Bamboozled is a satirical drama focusing on a frustrated black TV writer who creates a successful modern minstrel show featuring black actors in blackface. The film is explicit commentary on race, media, and cultural stereotypes, featuring powerful acting.
It was 10 o'clock, and the dance of death was about to commence. Since a lot of people still don't have computers, the network sought a court order to carry it live, taking it off the feed. It was granted.
Number 66, THX 1138. George Lucas's feature film debut stars a young Robert Duvall bucking against a future society where humans are controlled by a totalitarian regime that suppresses emotions and individuality through drugs and strict regulations. It's a bold imagining of a dehumanizing future and a provocative examination of freedom and conformity.
What is that, Bussy?
The 3-2-1.
Answer what?
Under the 6-9. That's enough.
Number 65, 24-Hour Party People. Bands like Joy Division and New Order were born thanks to Manchester's influential music scene from the late 1970s to early 1990s. The film chronicles the rise and fall of record label owner Tony Wilson through a captivating blend of humor and historical insight.
That's John the Postman. He's a postman. And that guy dancing at the front, that's Martin Hannett, the only bona fide genius in this story. Well, one of the only two bona fide geniuses in the story.
Number 64, The Women. The Women is a revolutionary film for its time, starring an all-female cast with an insightful commentary on social dynamics and gender roles. It's funny, with the repartee and sharp wit of the era's screwball comedies.
You know, Mary, you really should make it up with Sylvia. She's livid at the way you've high-hatted her ever since Reno.
I'd rather have her for a friend than an enemy.
I wouldn't.
Number 63, Eddie the Eagle. Eddie Edwards was an unlikely British ski jumper who overcame numerous obstacles to compete in the 1988 Winter Olympics. Taron Egerton and Hugh Jackman star in this biopic about Eddie, telling a heartwarming and uplifting story through charming performances.
I take jumping very seriously. In fact, I love it. I love it very nearly as much as proving people wrong.
Number 62, The Northman. Robert Eggers directs this retelling of the Norse tale that inspired Shakespeare's Hamlet. The Northman is an epic revenge thriller that follows a young Viking prince on a quest to avenge his father's murder and reclaim his kingdom.
I seek the weapon the Norns of fate chose for my revenge.
Number 61, Blood and Black Lace. Italian giallo or murder mystery films are stylish but unknown gems to American audiences, and Blood and Black Lace is a standout of the genre. A masked killer targets fashion models in a high-end boutique, revealing dark secrets and brutal murders. Number 60, A Most Violent Year. Jessica Chastain and Oscar Isaac are two of the best actors working today, and their joint performance in A Most Violent Year is truly masterful. Morality loses out to ambition as a New York businessman devolves into criminality to protect his family.
What is this?
Bank account.
Whose?
Ours.
Number 59, The Bigamist. The Bigamist is a drama about a man who accidentally marries two women and finds himself torn between them. For 1953, it is a surprisingly nuanced study of human relationships with a sensitive portrayal of complex characters.
What was in your mind? Did you think you could live this life for a lifetime?
Well, when I realized how much a child meant to Eve, I decided to help her by staying married until the baby became legally ours. Then I'd get out of her life.
Number 58, Strange Days. Ralph Fiennes and Angela Bassett star in Catherine Bigelow's Strange Days, a sci-fi thriller set in a dystopian Los Angeles on the brink of the new millennium. While its view of now modern technology is at times silly, it nevertheless tackles the intersection of ethics and technology in visually interesting ways.
Why me?
Because you're the magic man, Lenny. You make dreams happen, don't you? If it's got something to do with the wire, sooner or later it washes up on your beach.
I've never dealt in blackjacks. Never.
Number 57, Hell or High Water. Captain Kirk and the Dude are at loggerheads in this modern western about two brothers who embark on a series of bank robberies to save their family's ranch. The economic hardships of modern American life are center stage in this thought-provoking crime drama.
Ready to be done with this? You'll never be done with it no matter what. It's gonna haunt you, son, for the rest of your days. But you won't be alone. It's gonna haunt me too.
Number 56, Amores Perros. One of the best Mexican films in the last few decades, Amores Perros weaves together three interconnected stories linked by a car accident in Mexico City. Love, betrayal, and fate collide with this gritty depiction of urban life in Mexico City, making it a standout in contemporary Latin American cinema.
Richie.
¡Qué susto su tía!
Number 55, Nightmare Alley. The original Nightmare Alley, released in 1947, is a classic noir about a con artist who rises to fame as a mentalist. His downward spiral of greed, manipulation, and self-destruction was unusual for the time, providing an in-depth view of the seedy world of carnival life and human depravity.
I'm no good. I never pretended to be. But I love you. I'm a hustler. I've always been one. But I love you.
Number 54, Troll Hunter. Troll Hunter is a Norwegian found footage film about a group of students documenting a man who hunts trolls in the wilderness. The movie combines a unique blend of fantasy and humor with incredible Norwegian landscapes.
Hans, what are you doing?
I have to give him the finishing blow!
Number 53, Possession. Divorce, espionage, and family drama meet supernatural horror in the 1981 Polish movie Possession. Director Andrzej Żuławski creates an art house classic in this nightmarish web of obsession, violence, and demonic possession. Number 52, Attack the Block. What happens when a teenage gang is the last offense between a South London council estate and an alien invasion? That is the plot of Attack the Block, a hilarious action movie that helped put future Star Wars star John Boyega on the map.
I was gonna make you. Now, I'm gonna dead you. This is my block. Get me. Not really.
Number 51, Session 9. Session 9 is a creepy psychological horror film about an asbestos removal crew working in an abandoned mental health hospital. It is a dark plunge into insanity, and it is impossible to watch the movie without a pervasive sense of dread.
I wouldn't tell anybody about this, because if they find out about Hank, they're gonna find out about the others.
You did this? What are you doing here, man?
Number 50, Westworld. Decades before the HBO remake, Yul Brynner starred in the original Westworld film about theme park robots rebelling against their guests. It is a bleak and suspenseful film about the ethics of advancing technology that set the stage for future movies like Jurassic Park.
What's his problem?
Nothing. He got shot up today, so we're taking the opportunity to replace the visual cortex. Using the new infrared units. and we're increasing audio sensitivity.
Number 49, Eyes Without a Face. Eyes Without a Face is a bizarre French horror film about a surgeon who kidnaps young women in an attempt to graft their faces onto his daughters, whose face was damaged in a car accident. It's an early entry in the body horror genre and is an explicit commentary on the obsession with beauty.
Oui, je sais, les morts doivent se taire. Mais alors que je devienne morte pour de bon, je n'en peux plus. Ne plus oser se regarder.
Number 48, The Killing. The Killing is a classic film noir directed by Stanley Kubrick about a meticulously planned racetrack heist that unravels due to human folly and fate. Its intricate plot is told through the use of then innovative non-linear storytelling and is the granddaddy of all modern heist films.
Johnny, you've got to run.
What's the difference?
Number 47, Waiting for Guffman. Waiting for Guffman is a lesser-known Christopher Guest mockumentary that deserves its flowers. It tells the hilarious tale of a small-town community theater group preparing for a local celebration, eagerly anticipating the arrival of a Broadway talent scout.
I've been through this a million times. These New York types like to come late. Believe me, I've never seen one of them come on time in all my years in the theater. Take a deep breath.
Good.
Blow it out. He's gonna be here. Let's just do a good show, okay?
Number 46, Moonlight Mile. Inspired by his own loss, director Brad Silberling wrote and directed this semi-autobiographical film about the aftermath of murder. It starkly examines the holes and ripples left behind in loved ones after tragedy strikes, and is filled with layered performances.
It was Diane who finally had the courage. She was the one who told me that I didn't want to go through with it. I guess she's doing it again, because all of this is everything that she wouldn't want.
Number 45, Make Way for Tomorrow. Nearly a century before our current growing senior care crisis, Make Way for Tomorrow tackled the subject. It highlights the struggles a family must deal with when its elderly members can no longer care for themselves. It is more relevant today than ever.
Fine times to tell us.
Number 44, Fly Away Home. Fly Away Home is a quintessential mid-90s live-action family film that is guaranteed to put your tear ducts to work. A young girl, with the help of her father, raises a flock of orphaned geese and teaches them to migrate south for the winter.
Dad, look at that! Where are they going? Hey, Lockjaw, come back!
It's the wild ones, Amy. They're going with them. We've got to follow them or we'll lose them.
Number 43, Pariah. Pariah is a coming-of-age drama about a young African-American woman navigating her identity and sexuality. It deftly navigates sensitive topics with thoughtfulness and care, and is a brilliant look at the modern American family.
Tell your mama it's just a phase.
It's not a phase. See, you should have done something. You should have done something. There's nothing wrong with me.
Number 42, The Florida Project. This coming-of-age story, anchored by a stellar performance from Willem Dafoe, follows a precocious 6-year-old girl and her friends. Set a stone's throw from the most magical place on Earth, poverty and innocence clash in this visually stunning film by Sean Baker.
At the end of the rainbow is gold. I know, but a leprechaun is on the end with the gold, and it wouldn't let us keep it. I wish that leprechaun was nice. Let's go beat it up. Come on.
Number 41, Key Largo. Bogey and Bacall star in this noir thriller about the residents of a Florida hotel getting trapped by a crew of gangsters in the middle of a hurricane. The tension slowly mounts as our heroes must contend with the worst that both humanity and Mother Nature has to offer.
Maybe it is a rotten world, but a cause isn't lost as long as someone is willing to go on fighting.
Well, I'm not that someone.
But you are. You may not want to be, but you can't help yourself. Your whole life's against you.
What do you know about my life?
Number 40, The Skin I Live In. The Skin I Live In is a psychological thriller about a brilliant plastic surgeon who creates an invincible synthetic skin. Pedro Almodovar is one of the best filmmakers working today, and his film scrutinizes identity, desire, and the boundaries of ethics in science.
Ya no puedo seguir llamándote Vicente. A partir de hoy te llamarás Vera.
Number 39, Bone Tomahawk. The horror and Western genres collide in Bone Tomahawk, a film about a sheriff who must confront a group of cannibalistic cave dwellers. It is intense, gritty, and one of the most underappreciated horror films of the last decade.
Nick! Wake up! God damn it, Nick! Wake up!
Number 38, Brick. Rian Johnson's Brick is one of the best modern noir films out there, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt as a high school student and PI. He navigates a web of intrigue in a world filled with anachronistic dialogue and stylized cinematography. Number 37, The Devil's Backbone. 5 years before Pan's Labyrinth hit theaters, The Devil's Backbone was director Guillermo del Toro's first foray into the Spanish Civil War. It's a haunting gothic horror about a young boy who discovers a horrible ghostly secret. Number 36, Indiscreet. This second classic film starring Cary Grant and Ingrid Bergman is a charming rom-com using international diplomacy as a backdrop. The combination of its trailblazing use of split screen and its witty dialogue make it a must-watch.
You ready to be impressed?
Oh, fire away.
Well, I just had dinner with the President of France.
No.
Yes.
What did you have to eat?
Lamb chops.
Oh, no.
Number 35, Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Between making the leap from off-Broadway to Broadway, Hedwig and the Angry Inch was a cult classic queer film about a German transgender punk rocker on tour across America. The film's electrifying music blends perfectly with the themes of identity, love, and self-acceptance.
Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior?
No, but I love his work.
Number 34, The Straight Story. Alvin Straight was an elderly man who traveled over 200 miles across Iowa and Wisconsin on a lawnmower to reconcile with his ailing brother. David Lynch directed this moving story, utilizing both gorgeous cinematography and moving, understated performances.
Story as old as the Bible. Cain and Abel. Anger, vanity. You mix that together with liquor, you've got two brothers that haven't spoken in 10 years.
Number 33, Wind River. Taking a break from the MCU, Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen co-star as a tracker and an FBI agent investigating the murder of a young woman on a remote Native American reservation. It is a somber portrayal of both a major American problem and of the complicated nature of justice and grief.
You're breaking the law by being here. Hey! This is leased land on a reservation, deputy. You've got no authority. You think I don't know what you're doing? Do it, asshole. See what happens. Okay, hey, white boy, let's go. What do we do?
Number 32, The Harder They Come. The Harder They Come is a Jamaican crime film starring Jimmy Cliff as an aspiring reggae singer who turns to a life of crime. The film has an incredible soundtrack and helped to bring both reggae music and Jamaican cinema to a global audience.
And then the harder they come, harder they fall, on and on.
Number 31, Hunt for the Wilder People. Hunt for the Wilder People is a heartwarming dramedy and a lesser-known entry in director Taika Waititi's filmography. A rebellious foster boy and his grumpy foster father become the subjects of a nationwide manhunt, escaping into the New Zealand wilderness.
We're family!
Like hell. Go ahead, shoot me.
Got you now, perv.
Number 30, Silent Running. Silent Running is an interesting sci-fi movie with an environmental twist. A botanist in space defies orders to destroy the last remaining forests from Earth, which have been preserved in giant domes on spaceships. It's a thought-provoking film about the need to preserve our environment in the face of rapacious industry.
The forest is dying. I have tried everything. And I just don't know what the hell it is.
Number 29, Ronin. Robert De Niro leads an all-star cast in Ronin, a heist thriller about a group of mercenaries making their way through a series of double crosses. The film has one of the best car chase sequences ever put to film. Number 28, Matewan. Despite being a union-heavy industry, there aren't many historical dramas out there focusing on labor rights. John Sayles' Matewan is a notable exception, shining a light on the struggles of workers in coal country as they fight for their rights.
And every man that walks out on his own steam, we're taken to the union. All the Dagos and all the colors. That's what a union is, fellas. You better get used to it.
Number 27, The Scarlet Empress. Those who know, know, and those who don't need to find out. Marlene Dietrich is one of the most iconic actors in the history of cinema. In The Scarlet Empress, she stars as Catherine the Great, transforming from an innocent young princess into the powerful Russian empress.
I have no wish to share in any petty conspiracy. Should it become unavoidable, I think I have weapons that are far more powerful than any political machine.
Number 26, Mr. Nobody. Jared Leto stars as Nemo Nobody, a 118-year-old man and the last mortal on an Earth filled with immortals. The film focuses on the various alternative possibilities of his life, a moving study of choice and destiny.
This is the most beautiful day of my life.
Number 25, Dogtooth. Dogtooth is an unsettling and provocative Greek film about a couple who isolates their children from the outside world as a means of social control. It is a dark and disturbing exploration of power dynamics and the importance of human social development. Number 24, Tokyo Story. Tokyo Story is a meticulously constructed masterpiece from acclaimed Japanese director Yasujiro Ozu. It is a realistic glimpse into life in post-war Japan, utilizing perfect technical skills that are literally still taught in film schools decades later. Number 23, Carnival of Souls. Carnival of Souls is a chilling horror film about a woman who becomes haunted by eerie visions after surviving a car accident. Its atmospheric cinematography and eerie score heavily influence the genre of psychological horror.
You've got to tell me what to do.
Number 22, The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. For true Godzilla fans, The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms is a must-watch. With special effects from master Ray Harryhausen, the movie is a true cheesy kaiju classic. Number 21, La Grande Illusion. 2 years before the start of World War II, this French masterpiece about World War I envisions the interplay between French and German officers. It's a film about the high cost of war through the lenses of class, nationality, and common humanity.
Allez, revenons à la réalité. Si on tombe sur une patrouille, qu'est-ce qu'on fait?
Eh ben, tu files de ton côté, puis moi du mien. On risque chacun sa chance.
Alors, au cas où ça arrivera, disons-nous au revoir. Et à bientôt.
Allez, au revoir, les sales juifs.
Au revoir, vieille noire.
Number 20, Brazil. Terry Gilliam's Brazil is a dystopian sci-fi comedy that follows a low-level government employee who dreams of escaping his oppressive society. His His pursuit of the literal woman of his dreams is as bizarre as it is hilarious in this satire about bureaucracy and capitalism.
Ah, Mr. Lowry, so pleased you could make it. Right this way.
Number 19, Audition. Audition is a Japanese horror film about a widower who holds fake auditions to find a new wife, only to become entangled with a disturbed and vengeful woman. It is a slow-burn thriller filled with shocking twists, examining the nature of obsession and the dark side of the human heart.
でも私何かを期待してた。バカですよね。
ごめん。許してくれ。
あなたの喜ぶことなら何でもしてあげる。
Number 18, Pig. Nick Cage delivers arguably the most moving performance of his career in 2021's Pig, a story about a famous chef turned truffle-hunting recluse. When his pig is stolen, he must re-enter the world he left behind in this introspective tale of loss, connection, and the pursuit of passion in the face of rampant, soulless consumerism.
They're not real. You get that, right? None of it is real. The critics aren't real. The customers aren't real. Because this isn't real. You aren't real.
Number 17, She's Gotta Have It. Spike Lee's debut feature film. She's Gotta Have It is a groundbreaking piece of art about a young woman juggling 3 lovers. It is a bold and innovative challenge to societal norms and expectations of female sexuality and independence.
It's about control. My body, my mind. Who is gonna own it, them or me? I am not a one-man woman.
Number 16, Sleepers. In Sleepers, 4 childhood friends endure life-altering and brutal abuse at a reform school, reuniting years later to seek justice against their tormentors. The all-star cast delivers incredibly moving performances in this film about revenge, redemption, and how a corrupt criminal justice system can ruin lives.
So what do you want?
What I've always wanted is to watch you die.
Oh. You ordered the meatloaf.
Number 15, Notorious. While less famous than Psycho or The Birds, Notorious is easily one of Hitchcock's best and most intense thrillers. Cary Grant stars as a government agent who recruits Ingrid Bergman, the daughter of a convicted Nazi spy, to infiltrate a dangerous Nazi organization in South America.
It's not that I don't trust you, but when you're in love at my age, every man who looks at your woman is a menace. Will you forgive me for even talking about it? I'm very contrite.
Number 14, La Haine. La Haine, or Hate, is a gripping French drama about 3 ethnic minorities struggling to survive a rough day in their neighborhood outside of Paris. The film explores poverty, racism, and police brutality through incredible performances and flawless direction.
Il y a de bons flics, tu vois, mais un bon skin, c'est un skin mort. Tire. Vas-y, shoot-le.
Number 13, 2010, The Year We Make Contact. The underappreciated sequel to 2001 sees a joint US-Soviet mission traveling to Jupiter to uncover the mysteries of the abandoned Discovery 1 spacecraft. The story sees the crew contend with everything from alien life to political struggles amid rising Cold War tensions.
Do you want me to stay with you?
No. It is better for the mission if you leave. 1 minute to ignition. Thank you for telling me the truth.
You deserve it.
Number 12, A Monster Calls. This heartbreaking story uses magical realism as a tool to examine grief and loss. A young Irish boy is visited by a giant tree monster who helps him confront his fears and sorrow.
Tell me, Connor. Tell me the truth.
It'll kill me if I do!
It will kill you if you do not. Speak the truth. The truth, Connor O'Malley. Tell me the truth, boy. Speak the truth. Speak the truth.
Number 11, Hero. Jet Li stars in this visually stunning martial arts epic as a nameless warrior who recounts his encounters with 3 assassins to the king of Qin. Although ultimately propaganda supporting a strong central government, Hero is a visually stunning masterpiece about sacrifice, honor, and the complexity of truth.
飞雪与陈决战时，因陈的计谋已然奏效，所以他气血攻心，方寸大乱，陈赢得丝毫不费力气。
Number 10. Metropolis. Metropolis is a groundbreaking silent film set in a futuristic city sharply divided between the wealthy elite and oppressed workers. One of the first feature-length science fiction films ever made, Metropolis is a fascinating look at class struggle just a few years before the Great Depression. Number 9. Paris, Texas. Paris, Texas is a heart-wrenching drama about a man who, after disappearing for years, attempts to reconnect with his estranged son and find his missing wife. Harry Dean Stanton delivers a tour de force performance in a simple, elegantly crafted movie.
I bought that land when we were all together with your mom. I thought we might live there someday.
Where?
Paris, Texas.
Number 8. Stalker. The 1979 Soviet sci-fi film Stalker is easily one of the best films ever produced under the Soviet Union. Set in a world replete with mind-bending sci-fi elements, Stalker is a deep philosophical dive into human longing, faith, and the nature of reality.
Вот мы с вами стоим на пороге. Это самый важный момент в вашей жизни.
Number 7. M. M is a German thriller about a city's manhunt for a child murderer, with both the police and the criminal underworld in hot pursuit. M is a brilliant film noir, and trailblazed sound design techniques still utilized nearly a century later.
Wo hast du die kleine Wackerperl verscharrt, du Hund? Aber die habe ich ja gar nicht gekannt. Ach, die hast du gar nicht gekannt.
Number 6. Dark City. The 1998 neo-noir sci-fi classic Dark City reinvigorated the noir genre with its stunning visual design. Rufus Sewell, Jennifer Connelly, and Kiefer Sutherland star in this intense mystery about the nature of memory and how it shapes reality.
They want to imprint you with their own collective memories. They want to make you one of them.
Number 5. Peeping Tom. Imagine a psychological horror film about a disturbed cameraman who films his murders to capture the terror on his victims' faces. Despite the silly title, Peeping Tom is a fascinating and chilling exploration of voyeurism at the dawn of the television era.
Watch them, Helen. Watch them say goodbye. One by one. I've timed it so often. I wish I could have found your faces for you.
Number 4. In the Bedroom. In the Bedroom is a gripping drama about a couple dealing with the aftermath of their son's tragic death. Sissy Spacek and Tom Wilkinson deliver powerhouse performances in this intense meditation on grief and loss.
You want to know why our son is dead? You really want to know? He was with her not because of me. He went there because of you. Yes, he did, because you are so controlling, so overbearing.
Number 3. Failsafe. Failsafe is a tense Cold War thriller about a technical malfunction that sends American bombers on a nuclear attack mission against the Soviet Union. It was a harrowing glimpse at how quickly and easily mutually assured destruction could spin out of control.
I can hear the sound of explosions from the northeast. The sky is very bright, all lit up.
Number 2. Come and See. Come and See is a harrowing World War II film that follows a young boy's brutal journey through the atrocities of the Nazi occupation in Belarus. It is arguably the greatest anti-war film ever made, a tale of human resilience and innocence lost. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Primer. Primer is a mind-bending indie sci-fi film about two engineers who accidentally invent a time machine. They fall down a rabbit hole of increasingly complex and dangerous temporal manipulations in this must-watch time travel flick.
And that's where I would have entered the story. Or exited, depending on your reference. Because when Aaron came back the second time, it wasn't so easy.
After more than a century of cinema, it's hard to boil this list down to just 100 entries. Let us know your favorite underappreciated films in the comments below. How many of these have you seen?
I just don't feel like you appreciate any of it. I don't feel you appreciate me.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.